So I'm not even sure why I'm doing this. Maybe I feel like it's gonna make me feel better. I don't know. Um, I've been posting about going to see Nerd Dork and Jelly Roll and Post Malone and celebrating my birthday next month, myself, because I decided that when my life was turned upside down 3 years ago by my ex-husband and his choices, and I lost my kids and I was deemed unfit as a mother, and I had to give my youngest child up for adoption, and I had to leave my other child in a group home. I decided this year, because last year my other daughter, my middle daughter, who is the only one I still have contact with besides my son, tried to do a surprise party. It got botched by other things. It wasn't her fault at all. She tried so hard. And we still had a great day. We had a good time. It was, kind of disappointing for her that she didn't get to do what she planned, because she really thought it would be, great for me. But I just decided this year, no one's ever celebrated me and, gone out of their way for me or my birthday, or, I get the birthday wishes when people get notified by Facebook. It's my birthday. But I don't really know how many people genuinely care that it's my birthday, besides just, acknowledging a Facebook notification. So I decided this year I was going to celebrate myself and thought maybe it would make me feel better. And then the same week, I bought these tickets for everything and did all this stuff for myself, and was so proud of how much I've accomplished and where I am despite losing my kids, still being clean and sober, still going to college, still working, doing everything like my family isn't gone. Like my oldest daughters don't wish I was gone from the planet. Like, my sister, she didn't mean to, but she reminded me how my father denounced me as his daughter right before he died, which was crazy because my dad wasn't in my life until he found out he was dying. I spent my whole life chasing my dad. My mom literally drove around looking for my father in Orlando just so I could see him for a minute, because I always just wanted my dad, and my mom couldn't stand it. She really couldn't, because she couldn't stand my father. She left him in Massachusetts in jail and moved to Florida to get away from him. And when he followed and moved to Florida, she tried to give him chances. And I remember my dad deciding he didn't want to go to lunch with us one day when I was about 6 because of a relative that was going to be with us. He didn't like her because she was godly, and he didn't want to be told about God and his sins and anything he did wrong, which is crazy because my dad was a pastor when he died. He eventually found God. But the only people that ever really celebrated me are pretty much gone. There's a few left, 2, 3-ish, maybe. But to be told that my dad also didn't want me at his funeral, something I didn't know, and that my sister went against his wishes and allowed me at the funeral and didn't tell me until recently, and she didn't realize the spiral it would cause. I realized early this morning when I couldn't sleep because my job is jerking me around right now, that my own parents never celebrated my life or my existence. My 2 oldest daughters would probably celebrate if I was gone. They really wish I just didn't even exist at all. And I honor their wishes of not having any contact with me, despite the fact that their reasoning is not valid. And, despite the fact that they post on Facebook to make themselves look justified in what they do, all these things I never did to them their whole lives. This horrible mom I was, when I have post after post, note after note from my daughters, call after call when they were with their dad of how much they missed me and the amazing mom I was. Like, I heard their whole lives what a great mother I was, up until they needed to justify cutting me out of their lives. And then suddenly I had always been a horrible mom. And, I just realized this morning, if my parents and my kids don't celebrate my existence and my birthday, why the hell should I? So maybe that's why I came on here to do this. Maybe, see y'all's reasons. The people out there that are like me, that really have nothing left in the world, no reason to be on a proper path, that are trying to come out of whatever dark, depressive hole they're in. What reasonings do you have to celebrate yourself and your life? What purposes have you found? Because I got nothing. I'm in school, almost done, to be an addiction counselor to help other people. But I have told myself I have to help myself before I get to that point. I have to believe the things I want to teach others. And at this moment, I really don't. Because for me, I don't really have a lot left. And I acknowledge what I have and the daughter that I do talk to and my son. But I miss my 8 grandchildren. I miss my other daughters. I miss my littlest girl so god dang much. I've never missed people so much in my life. And then my longtime cat died. And it's like, my husband moved on. He had a whole new life, new children, new fiance, and that's fine. I'm so happy. His life is great. But it was his choices that ended up spiraling my life and my daughter's life and cost us our children in the long run. And it's just so not fair. It's not even funny. But what are y'all's purposes to keep going? What are your ambitions? What positive can you take from literally like feeling like the orphan child of the world that's the biggest black sheep in the planet, which I'm fine with being a black sheep. You know, it's crazy that people can meet me like at my job and totally love me. Like think I am such a great human, while the rest of the world, including my children, think I'm a piece of crap. And they tell people that all the time. My daughter's posted about me forever like I couldn't see it, about how abusive I was and neglectful and this, and I never once abused my children. I barely spanked my children. They didn't have name brand anything, and it was a lot of thrift store stuff and Walmart stuff, but you know, and I worked a lot to make sure they never went without. It may not have been what they wanted, but they had every need met their entire lives. And when my daughters wanted a parent swap, they wanted to go try life with dad, I'd let them if he was in a position to take care of them properly. And then in the end, I ended up admitting that I wasn't the best fit for my youngest, and I gave her up for adoption to give her a better life, to get her out of foster care, where she's been for over 2 years at that point, where she was being treated poorly because of what my ex-husband had done. She was getting mistreated. And so now I'm on a mission to get my son into a better situation, and I just don't understand that no matter what I do, no matter how much I change, no matter how long I've been clean or sober, I always get called methany and a piece of crap, and I'm never going to be worth anything. And I've been recently told things that were felonies to tell somebody, like, you know, utilizing a toaster in a manner that would, you know, just like people say things like this to me and have recently, and I don't understand, because all I do is try to be there for other people and help other people and try to be a better human than I was when I lost my kids, because the psych eval determined I was unfit and said that I was never going to change the type of people I was around, that I was too morally good and nobody's that good a person, and I'm actually that good a person. I can't tell you on Thursday how much I did for other people with no thought for myself or gain, and how I had a woman call me last night and tell me I helped change her life and get her off the streets by giving her my guidance and wisdom at my job. That has nothing to do with that. I'm a gas station attendant, for God's sake, and I played paramedic, therapist. I got Ubered a family home. They got T-boned in front of my gas station in my own vehicle at a complete gas loss to myself, which was fine. I just wanted to see this couple get out of the heat and get home and be able to decompress from being T-boned in their car on the way home from chemo. Like, and I do these things without putting it on social media and telling the world all this good I did. Like, I keep it to myself like they say you should, and I just always hope that good karma is going to come my way eventually, at least. I don't need acknowledgement, praise, money, none of that. Just something good for me that I don't kill myself to get. And now I'm at the point where my jobs jerk me around so much and they won't adjust my taxes and fix it. And now they're cutting my hours that I may have to sell my Jelly Roll and Post Malone tickets just to pay my bills. And that was what I was doing to celebrate myself. And now I feel like if no one else celebrates me, why the hell should I anyway? So y'all tell me what you use when you're in this kind of position and state to bring yourself back from it, because I'm grasping really hard right now and I don't know what to do.